Hi Leo, how's it going? Happy Monday. This is going to be a reading for the end of June to the end of July. I've already cleared the energy of the cards and shuffled and pulled 10 cards, plus an overall energy card. Some of your cards came out upside down. That just means you're getting extra protection from spirit. This is a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm not sure where you are, but we are dealing with a major heat wave where I live here in Canada. So if you're going through it too, just stay hydrated, stay cool. I think it's supposed to be a bit better tomorrow. But anyways, I'll just, let's get started with your reading. So, the overall energy, let's move my little charms around a little bit here. The overall energy of the reading is the Ace of Pentacles, and it came out reversed. This card is represented by Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. So this card has a few different meanings. It could represent scarcity, a lost opportunity, missed chances, bad investment, deficiency, instability, stinginess, a lack of planning, a lack of foresight. It could represent a struggle within yourself. There's an emphasis on materialism and the corrupting power of wealth. This card is also saying if you make it big, be careful you don't let it affect your life. But it's an overall energy of materialism. You might feel hesitant about moving forward with an offer, an invitation, or an opportunity, one that relates to your career, finances, or business. You might catch yourself second-guessing the timing or doubting whether you have what it takes to see it through. Don't move forward until you are ready, though. This card could also represent a pay raise, a new job, a loan, or a business offer that may fall through unexpectedly. So be careful with your expenditures. Now's not the time to get in over your head or take on any obligations with huge monthly repayments. Don't rely on the promise of a financial opportunity in the future either. You may be trying to manifest your goals, but keep running into delays. Spirit is saying you may need to revise your approach. Financial or other professional help may be necessary. If you're looking to start a new business or job offer, do not charge ahead without validating the market has a need for your services. Okay. When the Ace of Pentacles comes out reversed, it could indicate that your new venture is still in the idea stage. You're laying the groundwork to achieve a greater level of security and prosperity. Spirit is saying your material gain will come, but it's being delayed, and you have to be patient, but still persistent. Just don't get discouraged. Okay, this card could indicate a moment of bad luck. Something you were waiting for did not come, or something you planned did not take root and grow as planned. Or it could indicate that you're overlooking something that could be useful to you. Okay, Spirit wants you to know that an infinity of possibilities exist. And then your first card is the Page of Wands. This is either you, someone in your life, or a situation, male or female, in a general reading. And again, it came out reversed. So extra protection from Spirit. The Page of Wands reversed could be talking about abandoning projects, having newly formed ideas. She or he, this is either you, someone in your life, or a situation. The Page of Wands reversed talks about redirecting your energy. She or he represents your self-limiting beliefs, starting a spiritual path. Page of Wands, someone who's impatient, lacking ideas. There's a lack of direction. Self-conscious, someone who is not finding their passion, needs to redirect their energy, has an announcement. There's a lack of energy, a lack of ambition, a lack of creativity, a lack of goals, a lack of plans, someone who's feeling uninspired, a lack of confidence, indecision and instability that accompanies it. Someone who's spoiled, procrastinates, is closed-minded, has tantrums, is hasty, is distracted, laziness, fearful, unreliable. The Page of Wands reversed. You can feel the stirrings of something new emerging within you, but you don't know how to turn it into action. You may have the seed of a new idea or a general sense that something new is coming, but you're yet to express it in the world. You do not need to take action yet. Don't force it. Just sit in the creative void and allow it to open up to you. Look at the daily card that I just pulled too. I posted it already on the shorts. It's about being flexible. Every time I pull a daily card and do a reading for a sign, usually the reading relates to the daily card. Reconnect with your original vision or idea and look for alternative ways to express it. Choose another way to express the idea and be prepared to redefine your path to stay in alignment with your personal growth goals. You may be allowing limiting beliefs and inner fears and anxieties to get in the way of achieving your dreams. You're seeking out a new path of personal and spiritual discovery, but you may be choosing to keep it private at this time. Again, some kind of delay, which could cause some trouble. Something that you were expecting might not arrive on time, or a mix-up may occur. Page of Wands pages are messengers, so this page may be bringing a message of unwelcome news that causes some disruption in your life, or it may require you to travel to put things right. This Page of Wands is someone who is untrustworthy or conveys false or misleading information, so be on guard, okay? The Page of Wands can represent someone who is expressing their pent-up energy, pent-up and frustrated energy in inappropriate and possibly destructive ways. And then what's crossing you or what's challenging you or your situation, or it could be what you're celebrating, is the Five of Wands. This is you, Leo, showing up in your reading. You could be having a struggle within yourself or celebrating something about celebrating something about yourself, because the Five of Wands is represented by Leo. But this card is about conflict, competition, arguments, aggression, tension, frustration, disagreements, temper, fighting. It's a card of action. There's clashes of ego, clashes of personalities, rivalry. Again, this card is talking about pent up. I just want to make a note about this actually. Pent up energy is coming up again. I believe that when Spirit repeats the messages in a reading, Spirit really wants you to get the message. So make a note of that, okay? Five of Wands upright is a card about combat, competition, and strife. So be prepared. Different people bring their different agendas and desires, and not all can be accommodated. So they have to fight it out to see what will be kept and what will be eliminated. You have to understand and respect your competition to be confident in what you're fighting for. And conduct yourself with skill. Take action. This card's about being defensive, being territorial. There's a lack of control or a lack of cooperation. It's a card about pettiness, obstacles, chaos. You're in the midst of battle, tension, and competition with others, and it's impacting your ability to move forward with your goals. Everyone is fighting to be heard, but no one is listening. Spirit is saying, rise above the chaos. You need a constructive environment where you can test your ideas and have them challenged by others. You may benefit from establishing a working group, committee, or mastermind group with other individuals who bring varying perspectives and experiences. Each person has something unique to bring to the table, and that you will benefit by learning more about them and what they have to offer. So this card is encouraging an enthusiastic approach to change. Transition or even transformation is coming, whether you like it or not. Your challenge will be ensuring that everyone is on the same page, dealing with this shift constructively and positively. Okay. So yeah, some kind of competition in economic, social, or career areas. It could represent the mad scramble for money and power, success and recognition, with the accompanying excesses of greed and corruption. This card represents struggle in the marketplace, and or that you're involved in ego-based battles with other people in your workplace or the social arena. Okay, new factors are moving into the situation that demand you change, adapt, and grow. Life's not as simple as it was. New competition has moved into the neighborhood or the industry, and now you have to put forth more effort to keep what you have gained. You could either suffer hardship and loss or go on to greater success and prosperity. It all depends on how you handle the challenges that are facing you. Okay. This card could also indicate that this is a fight that you shouldn't get involved in. But take it how it resonates, okay, and leave the rest. And then your foundation card is a 10 of Cups. This card represents the basis of your situation or foundation. It's Pisces energy. This card is all about happiness, love, homecomings, emotional stability, security, fulfillment, reunions, family gatherings, dreams coming true, destiny, good luck, blessings, abundance, domestic bliss. These are all represented by the Ten of Cups. So in your foundation position, the Ten of Cups, this card represents the ideal family life. For you, this could mean just that, or it could represent the components of such a life. A safe, comfortable place to live, and people, either your friends or family, to share your life. It's about having people to share your joys and support you through your sorrows. Domestic harmony, happy ever after, joy, children, fun, destiny, good luck. Reunions, fulfillment. It's emotional contentment, particularly in your relationships and family. You've created an abundance of love and happiness in your life, and now share this love with others. You're surrounded by your loved ones with whom you share a powerful and deep connection. This card represents the happy family card. It could indicate either a new and blissful relationship or a long-term commitment, an engagement, a marriage, or starting a family together. You have a sense of wholeness and completion. You appreciate everything you've accomplished. Continue to follow your heart and trust your intuition is the message with this card. Okay? Love, harmony, happy family life, true love, companionship. It signifies a time of completion, of reaping what you have sown. It symbolizes abundance in a larger sense. Okay? People living harmoniously together, sharing their love and their lives unconditionally. And this card is so favorable that it can offset any negative card in a reading. So this is one of the most positive cards in the deck. And now you have another very, very positive card, Leo. You have the Sun card. This is all about good health, positivity, being optimistic, abundance, success. They're all represented by the sun. The sun gives you strength. This card, this is your fourth card. It represents your past, but is relevant to your current situation. The sun is all about, the sun gives you strength and tells you that no matter where you go or what you do, your positive and radiant energy will follow you and bring you happiness and joy. People are drawn to you because you can always see the bright side and bring such warmth into other people's lives. This beautiful warm energy is what will get you through the tough times and help you succeed. You're also in a position where you can share your highest qualities and achievements with others. Radiate who you are and what you stand for. Shine your love on those you care about. If you're going through a hard time, the Sun card is telling you that things are going to get better. Now you are full of energy for the future. Express yourself authentically. You have what others want. Radiate your energy and your gifts out into the world in a big, big way. Okay? Optimism, success, vitality, opportunity, freedom, good luck. That's the third time Spirit is saying good luck. Yeah, good luck in your car and in your reading. Okay? After traveling through the long dark night of soul searching, you emerge into the light. All your journeys, all your spiritual seeking, all your sincere efforts now pay off. You're able to see where you were and where you now stand. Your mind is clear and sharp, energy fills you, and you're ready to let the light of the sun warm you. This card brings great joy, clear truth, and well-deserved success. So a lot of positive energy in your reading, Leo. This card also signifies a time of new beginnings, of things going well, of accomplishment, contentment. You feel cheerful, self-confident, full of life and energy, ready to undertake new projects with enthusiasm. You may be starting more than one project, upgrading something in your life, like taking a more satisfying job. Maybe you're remodeling your home or even moving to a sunnier climate, okay? This card indicates good fortune too, happiness. It brightens any negative cards in your reading. Prosperity, enthusiasm, public recognition, achieving your goals. You feel happy to be alive because you feel it's the dawning of a new day. And then your immediate future card, what's likely to happen very soon in your life, coming up very soon, is the Four of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. So this card is talking about being guarded, possessive. It's a card of insecurity, stinginess again, hoarding, savings, keeping to yourself, saving money. It's a card of materialism is coming up again. So these two cards are talking about the same thing a bit. Holding on to people, possessions, holding on to issues. I think this has come up in your reading, the readings I've been doing for you for a little while now, Leo. Holding on to people, possessions, or issues, past issues, deep-seated issues, being frugal. It's a card of security, conservation, hoarding, materialism is coming up again. Materialism, possessiveness, penny pinching. It's a card of financial stability, being thrifty, having boundaries, being overprotective. Four of Pentacles, your immediate future. This card can represent a miser. You have plenty, but you're afraid to use it, share it, or enjoy it. Something is threatening you, whether it's your own fears or someone trying to take what is yours. You may be afraid of losing what you have, that you hold it too close. Your attitude towards your gifts, whether it's your money, belongings, or time, or even your health, has become twisted, controlling, and unhealthy. Isolation, materialism, a lack of generosity, a lack of openness. Maybe you're saving for a big purchase or retirement. It's a card of greed again, keeping to yourself. Examine your relationship with money. You have created wealth and abundance by maintaining a steady focus on your goals and acting conservatively. There is a chance that you will start valuing things only for their material worth. You have worked hard to get to this point where you are now, and it's absolutely natural for you to desire to make sure you remain stable, but this also has a chance to turn you into an overly possessive or greedy person who wants to ensure that no one is capable of taking away your own wealth. You are being particularly conservative about money. You are protective of what you have managed to accumulate. If you spend too much of your time attempting to conserve, you may become a prisoner of your own material possessions. Okay? So, again, the daily card that I pulled, it resonates with this about being flexible, being open. Okay, so just have a little peek at that, I think. You're hanging on to something, either your possessions or a situation, in a stubborn and inflexible manner. Fear of change may be involved, or you may merely be comfortable where you are. Your fixed attitude, however, may be limiting you and blocking new opportunities for success and happiness. This card indicates a security conscious person who's holding tight to money and material possessions. You may fear that loss is in the offing and are trying to prepare yourself by closely guarding what you have, or you may be simply overly cautious and conservative in financial areas. But with the daily card that came out today, Spirit is saying, try and be flexible. That'll allow prosperity to come flowing to you. And then the outcome that you desire most in your situation is the Seven of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. This is a card about lies, trickery, scheming, strategizing, betrayal, cunning, unexpected misfortunes, unexpected setbacks, frustrations, getting away with something, acting strategically. It's a card of theft, deceit, cheating. It's a card of flexibility again. So I would definitely make a note of that, Leo. Okay. Diplomacy, spying, compromising for the greater good, accidents, maybe an enemy is masquerading as a friend, dangerous or risky behavior. This is the outcome that you desire most in your situation. You may be trying to get away with something and are sneaking around other people's backs, hoping to go undetected. Be aware anytime you use cunning or deception to gain an advantage over someone or something else, you are at risk of being found out, or you may be the victim of someone else's betrayal. Look out for sneaky behavior in others and listen to your intuition. Really listen to your intuition. Leo, Spirit is repeating that. You need to be strategic in what you do. You must prioritize what's important to you and direct your focus and attention on the few tasks that will move you closer to your goals. You may need to use shortcuts or the back door to get what you want. You may need to put yourself first. You might need to put yourself first to get what you want, even if it means letting others down. You may be trying to escape from a situation. This card is urges caution in all dealings. Secretive action or indirect communications may be occurring behind your back. Nothing is quite what it seems to be. You have to use your wit to achieve your aims. Be wary of overconfidence, though. You may appear to be on top now, but being too cocky could do you in. But you do have the upper hand over a tricky situation, but you still need to exercise caution. Discrimination and discretion are required, as are diplomacy and maybe even evasive tactics. Okay? Thievery, trickery, sneaking about. Someone involved in this situation has decided to use subterfuge to achieve their goals, which may or may not be honorable. A strategic plan has been devised and enacted and will likely be successful, at least as a means to an end. And then your self-image card, how you see yourself, is the Seven of Wands reversed. Again, this is you, Leo, showing up in your reading. This is a card of fear, admitting defeat, giving up, having no confidence, feeling overwhelmed, yielding. It's a lack of self-belief. It's a card of surrender, exhaustion, being overbearing. It's a caution against indecision, a lack of self-belief, a lack of courage, being timid, quitting. It's a card of fear, excuse me, folding on your beliefs, giving up, giving in, failing to protect, compromising, losing morale, losing authority, losing control, losing power. This card is asking you to consider what it is that you are defending. What exactly is it that you're defending? Because there is the possibility that you are wrong and that you should lower your defenses. Okay? Admitting defeat, it could also represent that. Self-image card, how you see yourself. Surrendering, quitting, weakness, being timid, being overbearing. It's a card of embarrassment, worn down, exhausted, burnt out. External pressure is weighing you down, leaving you doubting yourself and whether everything is worth it. It may seem as if you are under constant opposition. You may feel ready to give up, exhausted. But Spirit is saying, keep fighting for what you believe in. Stand strong. Own your position. Don't change who you are just to keep others happy. You may think others are perpetually criticizing you. Maybe your family or friends are questioning your choices. You will not always win everyone over. Hold your ground with determination and courage. You may be overwhelmed by the challenges and responsibilities in your life. Rebuild your self-esteem and confidence. Have faith that you can achieve what you set out to do. You may be trying to avoid conflict wherever possible. As a result, you are backing down from your point of view too easily. Okay, this card represents a time of confusion. You don't know whether to hold on or back off. But Spirit's saying now is the time for firmness and decision. Even if you're not sure which way to go, it's one of those situations where any decision is better than none at all. And then your environment card, or how others see you in your situation, is the Knight of Swords. And again, this can be male or female in a general reading. The Knight of Swords is Gemini energy. This card represents someone who is heading for a fall, a know-it-all, a follower. He's telling you to go with the flow. He's unfocused, a coward, a criminal, someone who's self-obsessed, someone who leads others to danger. He's burnt out, impulsive, unfocused, restless, insincere, sarcastic. He's a bully. Arrogant, disregards consequences, is unpredictable, hurtful. He can represent missed opportunities, someone who's dangerous, forceful, someone who's out of control, someone who's left behind, someone who's out of their depth. You're brimming with energy and motivation, but cannot effectively channel and release this energy, which Spirit's already talked about, this pent-up energy or pent-up aggression. You're growing restless and frustrated because you want to take action, but something is holding you back. Maybe the timing isn't right. You don't have enough resources, or you're relying on someone else who isn't ready. You need to find alternative ways to release this energy. I think this is like a big message in your reading. Leo, make a note of that, okay? You have little direction and are making rash and impulsive decisions, pulling others down with you. Your thoughts are scattered. You are constantly changing your mind. If you're leading others, this can be very confusing and frustrating for all involved. You may need to apply a single focus and stick with it until it's complete. You need to slow down or you're at risk of burnout and exhaustion. You need to go at it alone to build up valuable life experience and maturity. As you search for freedom and independence, it's likely you will make mistakes on your way due to reckless and impatient nature, but this is all part of your journey. Okay. The Knight of Swords reversed. Male or female, again in a general reading. This knight loses his aggressiveness and becomes passive about a situation that requires action. You may be delaying doing what's necessary, neglecting necessary grunt work or communication, but there could be serious repercussions from avoiding this work. Or it could indicate that you're mentally closed off from a situation that desperately needs attention, thereby creating bad feeling and opposition. And then your hopes and fears, what you hope for and fear the most in your situation, is the Three of Cups, and it came out reversed. So the Three of Cups reversed is represented by Cancer in the zodiac. This is a card of overindulgences, gossiping, isolation is coming up again. Three's a crowd, hardcore partying, canceled celebrations, bitchiness, scandal, solitude, excess in physical enjoyment. It could represent a lack of friends, broken engagements, canceled weddings, miscarriage, cheating, affairs. So this is coming up a couple times now in the reading. Again, remember, only take what resonates and then leave the rest for someone else. Independence, alone time. You would prefer to go at it alone right now. You may have which they've already mentioned, you may have recently spent a lot of time with others and now just need some time alone, or perhaps you are no longer clicking with some of your friends or a social group and are ready to move on. Or sometimes you might find yourself on the outer, excluded from other people's circles, feeling isolated and alone. Honor your desire to step out of the social scene for a while. Enjoy this time by yourself so you can get clear on who you want most to connect with in the future. If you are involved in a creative project, now may be the time to work independently. Your creativity is being stifled, or you are being forced to conform to the group. You need to consider whether you are willing to sacrifice your creative abilities in favor of the group's desires. If you've been experiencing high levels of stress or you've been working hard, take some time off to recuperate. Gain the support of friends before returning to reality. Reconnect with the people you care about. Let loose, have a good time without worrying about the consequences. You may be overindulging, out drinking and partying too much. What you need is balance in your life. Take a break from the social scene to regroup and get some much needed sleep. Be mindful about the the longer term consequences of your actions, and ask yourself whether this lifestyle is sustainable. A third person may be involved in the relationship. You may be involved with someone who is already in a relationship with someone else, whether you know it or not. This card could also indicate that support systems, friends, or family have let you down, or that a party or celebration will not go as planned. Even though it came out reversed, it still remains a positive influence, except that the gratification you're getting may be more sensual than deeply emotional. You're still going to enjoy success, but your achievements may be in small things. And then your future card is the Chariot. This is a major arcana card. This card represents your future if all is to remain as is. And it came out reversed. So the Chariot is represented by Cancer in astrology. This is aggression again, lack of control again. Spirit is bringing up again. A lack of directions. This is telling you that self-discipline is needed. Forceful again. This forceful energy is coming back up. Forcefulness, no direction, no control, lack of direction, powerless, obstacles, being blocked by obstacles, a lack of self-control, opposition. You may need to back off or change direction when it comes to a project, or you may have lost your motivation and no longer feel as committed to the outcome as you once did. If something isn't moving forward as you planned, reevaluate the situation and check in to see if you need to change course. You may be letting obstacles and challenges get in the way, preventing you from achieving your goal. Think about what matters to you most. Don't allow other people's opinion to sway you. Follow through on your commitment. You may be focusing your energy and attention on your internal processes. Tighten the reins and become more disciplined in what you are doing. Look at what you can control and what you cannot. They've already talked about that. I would make a note of that. Examine what you can do to improve the situation. You may be trying to control every minute detail in your life. Again, Spirit is saying, loosen your grip and let things run their course. Be open to offers of help, which they've already talked about. You do not always have to be in the driver's seat, Leo, okay? Beware of letting others take control of you, and also there is a danger of you running over everyone in your path in your haste to reach your goal. Spirit is saying it might be wise to just slow down a little bit and see what lies ahead before you go barreling down the road. Okay? Yeah. Maybe just loosen the reins a little bit of the control. The changes and transitions are happening internally and at a rapid rate. Things are moving so fast that you may feel out of control and struggle to keep your head above water. Maybe you feel like you're being pulled in two directions at once and are stressed out by the pressure. If so, Spirit is saying choose a direction carefully Accept the process of inner transition as a positive one, but be clear about your direction in life, okay? The more you can tune into your own inner transition process, the more control over it you can exert. So that is your reading, Leo. If this reading resonated with you, please let me know. Please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you. I'm sending you lots of love and a big hug. Take good care. Thank you so much for letting me channel these messages today from Spirit. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.